Yeshua is the only way. I hate when I hear people say all roads lead to heaven. No, all roads don't lead to heaven. We don't do that with any other thing in life. There are people that follow certain sports teams and they're fanatics about it, say they like the New England Patriots. Would you say, well, because they like the Patriots, all roads lead to all the other NFL teams? They like all the NFL teams equally? No, they're loyal to one team. So there'll be nobody trying to squeak into the Shamayim heavens on Judgment Day by saying, well, there might be some people actually trying that, but it'll be useless. Like, oh, when I was praying to this false deity, I was really talking about you. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Imagine trying to do that in a marriage too. Uh, I wasn't sleeping around on you, wifey. I was talking to this other lady, but all roads lead back to you, so it wasn't really cheating. No, we got to stop trying to make our own rules. We got to take the word at it what it says. We got to take the word how it's presented. We can't just add what we want to add to it because we don't like it or we don't understand it. I don't understand everything. Nobody does. We won't understand that everything until we're in the Shamayim. Heavens is plural. People always say heaven. The Hebrews Shamayim, plural. So there's heavens. There's even levels to hell too. And speaking of hell, I can't stop talking about this woman that was talking about all the celebrities she saw in hell. She mentioned that Michael Jackson was a warlock, but yet even way back before Michael Jackson gave his life to Yeshua, at the beginning of the Thriller video, people were complaining because he grew up a Jehovah's Witness, and he put a disclaimer later that this video had no connection with the occult. So her story just continually falls apart. I wish people would just focus on scripture and just clean up their acts. We got to be careful what we say. I hate to hear people say they're Christians and then they drop a F bomb or something like that. There should be no cussing Christians. No, that you should not be using foul language. You hear this stuff at work. You see it in music, or you don't see it in music unless it's a music video. You see it in movies. You hear it in music. Doesn't mean you have to copy that. And when I play secular songs, I try to find the clean version. And if I can't, I have a way of kind of blocking out stuff that I don't do or like. And I know sometimes when they take out bad language, your mind can sometimes fill in the blank because it rhymed with a certain word. So I'm careful about that too, about what I listen to. But you just got to watch your conduct. You got to be aware at all times. You got to keep your head on a swivel. You got to put on the whole armor of Yah Elohim every day because you don't want any of the darts from the evil one to connect. You want to bob and weave just like boxing. But I just want to say that we're in the end times. That's a fact. All you have to do is go on TikTok, just go online. You ain't even got to watch the news no more because people ain't really rocking with the news like that no more. So they put it on, platforms like this and stuff like that. All you got to do is watch what's around you. You see we're in the end times. So you got to get your lives right, man. You don't know when you'll check out. Hopefully we can all go up in the great gathering, the Nehatif, the Harpazo, the great gathering, the rapture. Hopefully those of us that are dedicated to the Most High, we can all go up together, but you got to live every day. Be the best version of yourself and don't so much count on yourself to do it. Let Yeshua do it through you, How can we live this life apart from him? Be impossible. You give into all kind of things, And I'm just still thinking about that lady dissing Michael Jackson. It's like, why would you do that? And Michael had a special place in his heart for children, man. He really liked children, man. People that were close to him talked about that. He was never guilty of what they accused him of. And one of the signs of someone being in the evil stuff is they hate children. They hate children. Michael wasn't one of those, but that's another topic. I'm kind of all over the place, but these are things that needs to be said. I hate to hear people like Tyson Fury, and I'm going to leave out other names, but I'm gonna just say Tyson Fury for now. I hate to hear them say they're a Christian in one breath and then cuss in the next. It's not a good look. You look like you're bipolar. You look like you're unstable, and it's just not a good look. You got to be able to control your mouth. A fighter is supposed to be disciplined, so you got to be disciplined in the ring. Discipline your mouth. Be fine if you say you're Christian, and then what follows after that is something uplifting, not F bombs. But these are some strange times. It's like the entertainment industry has influenced the public, man, and even the church. We got to stop being gullible. We got to stop hearing preachers get up in the stop hearing them. Stop going to hear these preachers get up in the pulpit and talk for 2 hours about money. They tell you to get a job, but their only job is asking you for money. They're rolling the church in a Benz or a BMW, and you're catching the MARTA, the bus, walking, skateboard. I tell you, man. And church shouldn't be a fashion show either. You're not there to try to outdo each other. It's okay to look nice and stuff like that, but it shouldn't be to where you feel like, man, I can't go to church today because I ain't got a suit. It should never be like that. It's all about going there and to worship the Most High Elohim together. And it shouldn't be a battle of who has the cleanest suit. Like I said, it's okay to look nice, but it shouldn't be a battle. It shouldn't be a contest. And anytime you hear a minister preaching something that goes against the word, leave immediately. Why stick around and listen? Because then it's his word, not the word. So that's all I got to say about that. More to come. This N.W.J. My main channel is the J Roos Theory. I mainly talk about boxing over there. Got some great interviews. Go check them out if you wish to. Appreciate you all. LSR forever. And make sure you subscribe so this page takes off like a car with the brakes off.